Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're tackling something absolutely crucial: strategies to manage your money and control your expenses. We're diving into some incredibly fascinating insights from Adam Koo's Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. And honestly, we're going to see how building real, lasting wealth often has way less to do with the size of your paycheck and literally everything to do with how you control your cash flow. Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever wondered why there are people out there making $10,000 or even $20,000 a month who still end up completely broke? You know, we kind of just fall into this trap of believing that earning a massive paycheck automatically equals wealth. But that is a complete myth. A high income without proper management? Well, it's basically like pouring water into a bucket with a massive hole in the bottom.
So here's our roadmap for today, a guide for installing a brand new wealth operating system and fixing those financial leaks. We're going to cover 1. The Great Wealth Illusion, 2. The Rule of Rising Expenses, 3. The Consumer Debt Trap, 4. Master Your Cash Flow, 5. Strategies to slash expenses, and finally, 6. Pay yourself first. Let's get right to it. Section 1. The Great Wealth Illusion. You see, our perception of what real wealth actually looks like has been completely distorted by Hollywood and the media.
And this brilliantly illustrates the point. When Tom Stanley interviewed over 700 self-made American multimillionaires for The Millionaire Mind, the reality was extremely frugal. They're not out there dropping thousands on designer clothes. None of them spent more than $399 on a suit. It completely shatters the illusion of flashy spending. True self-made wealth isn't about looking rich, guys. It's about being financially secure.
Moving on to Section 2, the Rule of Rising Expenses. This gets to the core problem of why lifestyle creep happens the exact second we get a raise or a promotion.
It's called Parkinson's Law of Money. Simply put, when unmanaged, expenses will always rise to match your level of income. If you suddenly start making extra money without extreme discipline, it just vanishes. You suddenly feel like you deserve a swankier car, nicer restaurants, a grander lifestyle, and boom, you're right back to living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher tax bracket.
And listen, procrastinating on taking control of this is disastrous. Let me give you the math here. If you delay a simple $300 a month savings plan by just one single year, it literally costs you over $111,000 in future compounded value. To put that into perspective, that breaks down to losing $304 every single day. Seriously, can you afford to throw away over $300 a day just because you'll start saving later?
Section 3. The Consumer Debt Trap. Now we need to look at the terrifying math behind the greatest wealth destroyer in the modern world. So, the crucial point is this: credit cards are designed to keep you broke if you use them incorrectly. Let's say you buy a brand new $2,000 TV on credit, and you decide to just pay the bank's minimum required balance each month. Do you know the true interest rate you actually end up paying? It is an astonishing 65%.
Just look at the math on that $2,000 TV. By making only those minimum payments, you trap yourself in debt for 4.5 years. By the time it's finally paid off, you've handed over $3,300. That is $1,300 in pure, unadulterated interest funneled directly out of your future wealth and right into the bank's pockets. No way around it. This is exactly how modern consumers get financially destroyed.
Section 4. Master your cash flow. To escape this trap and build a sustainable fortune, we need a major mindset shift.
Here's the fundamental difference in how you process the money hitting your bank account. The flawed middle-class habit is to earn money, spend it on lifestyle and liabilities, and then try to save whatever leftovers are sitting around. But there's rarely anything left over, right? The self-made millionaire flips this entirely. They earn, they immediately save, funneling that money into positive cash flow assets, and only then do they spend what's left. It's a profound shift from buying liabilities with leftovers to actually building a sustainable fortune first.
Section 5. Strategies to slash expenses. Let's look at an immediate action plan to cut 20 to 30% of dispensable expenses.
Okay, here are 6 rapid-fire, actionable strategies from Adam Koo. 1. Study your expenses. Tracking them for just 15 minutes a day can literally make $1 million difference over time. 2. Pay yourself first. 3. Procrastinate purchases to kill impulse buying. 4. Destroy your credit cards if you can't pay the full balance. 5. Plan your purchases around sales. And 6. Treat certain things as a business expense if you have a registered business. But right now, I really want to zoom in on strategy number 3, procrastinating purchases.
To pull this off, you need to set up a rapid internal interrogation sequence. Next time you're standing at the checkout counter or hovering over that Buy Now button online, pause and ask yourself this first crucial question. Do I really need this? Most of the time, it's just a 10-minute gratification hit disguised as a need.
Next, simulate this exact internal dialogue. Will I regret buying this in 3 days? Fast forward your brain. We all know that feeling of buyer's remorse, when the excitement fades and your bank account is just lighter, right? Use that feeling right now to kill the impulse buy.
Then, challenge yourself with this. How many hours of work is this worth? Convert that price tag into your actual hourly wage. If that gadget costs $300 and you make $30 an hour after taxes, are you really willing to trade 10 hours of your life, a full, grueling day of work, just for that item? Suddenly, the true pain of the purchase becomes very, very real.
Finally, ask, how much will this cost me in future dollars? Remember the compounding math we talked about earlier? That money, if invested, could multiply. Walk away, wait 24 hours. Let that shopping urge fade. 8 out of 10 times, I promise you, you won't even go back for it.
And finally, Section 6, pay yourself first. This is the ultimate mechanical rule that guarantees financial security. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it removes human error entirely. You cannot rely on willpower alone. Willpower gets tired. You need a system. The very day you get paid, automate a transfer of 20% straight into an investment account. You don't see the money, you can't easily access it. By automating this deduction, you force yourself to adapt and live on the remaining 80%. You are building your wealth machine before the grocer, the utility company, or the restaurants ever get a dime.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one provocative question to ponder. What will you stop buying today? Seriously, what leak in your financial bucket are you going to plug right now to start taking back control of your financial destiny? The path to financial abundance isn't some big secret, it's a strategy. Now, it's completely up to you to execute it. Thanks so much for learning with me today.